Share Funny Podcast, now live on YouTube. This is acetjtv. Unfiltered, uncensored, and uninterrupted. Well, almost. Right here. Let's go! This is Share Funny from the Ace and TJ Show Plus.
Oh. Hi. Da 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 da. Knocking on things. Oh. I hate to start the Share Funny with something that is a little controversial, I think. It's going to make some people mad. I'm just now seeing a story from this morning that Giselle Panties Bundchen is out in public with a new man.
What?
Already.
Well, she didn't waste any time, did she?
Which means you have them lined up already.
She's was seen in Costa Rica having dinner at Koji. And that is in Provincia de Punta Arenas.
Arenas?
Arenas. With her two children, Benjamin, 12, and Vivian, 9.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
She's already got the kids going out on dinner dates with some new dude.
That's what it looks like.
Maybe then it's not that kind of guy.
It says that it's talking about what she was wearing and whatever. But the dinner date was with Joaquin Valente, who is part of the Valente Brothers Jiu-Jitsu school instructors. They have done a photo shoot for Dust magazine. She did with the two brothers, Pedro and G.I.U. Gui.
G-I-U. Gui.
Mm-hmm.
Gio.
Jew?
Gio.
Said they were called Awesome Teachers. She posted, I believe the more tools we have in our toolbox, the better. I feel stronger, more confident, blah, 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 blah.
I think that's great.
Thank you at Valente Brothers for making training so much fun. So why they put this in the story is because they're throwing that out as a possibility of when they started sparking with one another back in 2021. But I don't care who you are. If you are that newly split from your husband, you don't take your kids around another guy that quickly. If you're already seeing somebody else, keep your kids at a distance from this person. And if it turns out that she is with this guy in that way, then she's being trashy.
Trashy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they just announced that they were officially splitting, right?
October 28th. I just looked it up because I wanted to know.
So now it's less than a month, and she's already out with another guy and her kids in Costa Rica.
Maybe it's like a Brazilian thing.
What do you mean?
Where you introduce your kids to your new love quicker than Americans do.
Right.
But maybe it's not even her love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It could just be that he's
it
there.
might just be
They might
family
just know
friend.
each other. They're all
Right.
friendly. He teaches that he taught the kids something. You don't know that to be
Yeah,
fact.
TJ's being an instigator.
No, he's just saying if it is, though.
Yeah, I said if. And if it is a Brazilian thing to do that, then the Brazilians are wrong.
You think?
To do. Yeah. Yeah, studies have proven over and over again. You don't, a mom or a dad doesn't bring their new person they're dating around the kids until it's a solid, I know this is somebody I have a future with kind of thing, because what do the kids do? They're coming from their family being broken up, and if they like the person, they latch on to them and go, okay, great, we got we got this cool guy in the house now that's hanging with us all the time. And then all of a sudden they break up and like, okay, who's left disappointed again then? The kids. What happened to Joaquin, Mom? Well, things just didn't work out. Sorry. You know, that sort of stuff.
Here's your new daddy. Get used to it. He's not quite the greatest of all time. He teaches jujitsu around the corner. But he's going to love you just like Tommy.
God, how much
Tommy
would it
Two-Tone.
suck, though,
What do you mean?
if you know that your ex has just started being with somebody that could beat your ass?
Yeah.
You think?
You know, if you have confrontation with them or whatever, you don't even have a shot at kicking their ass.
You're Tom Brady, but
Yeah.
I better watch my mouth.
Right. That would suck.
That would be a real
That would
bummer.
suck.
Damn it.
Yeah, bring some friends.
It wouldn't even. I don't even know that it would matter. Bring all the friends you
Well,
want.
I mean, he could hire
yeah,
people.
yeah. Jiu-jitsu guy shows up with jiu-jitsu buddies, and they're probably going to tear some NFL ass up.
Yeah. But I mean, Tom Brady could go buy jujitsu people too.
Sure. Hopefully, everybody's more adult than that, and we don't know the timeline. We don't know. I don't even know. Do we know exactly when they separated? Have they been separated for a long time? Did they separate after he returned?
No, I
decided
think
to return to football, or was it all pretty quick?
It all started happening right there in the off season.
In August when he left the family.
Yeah.
Man, if it's, I just know, my parents went back and forth off and on for a long time, and I was 10 at the time, so 11. Probably by the time they found a divorce, almost 12, and it was wild. I mean, I remember the first guy coming over to eat. My mom didn't even like that guy, but it was a long time after my parents had been divorced. It had been probably at least a year. And I don't know if she'd been out on dates or not. I'm sure she had or something, but it is still, I don't know, it just seems awfully fast.
I met my mom's boyfriends, but because they were also Jehovah's Witness and they were in the same like congregation that we were in, so it's like I had to know who they were.
Yeah, I can see that.
One of
though,
them
'cause
looked
that-
like a turtle man.
That's one of that's because it's for lack of a better term, like a small
Yeah,
pool or something. You know what I mean?
couldn't stand him.
But this guy's name is Joaquim, not Joaquin. It's Joaquim with an M.
That's stupid.
Joaquin
Joaquim Valente.
with a supermodel.
I don't know how super she is.
Yeah, I don't know that she's technically a supermodel, but that's how everybody always talks about.
I think she is.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
she
think
is
she
a
is.
supermodel, but she's not super in my book.
You're making
she's
$37
not
million a
as-
year as a model. You're probably pretty super.
Like I don't
think
seriously, I don't flip out over how pretty she is. I just don't. I don't like her nose.
Her nose.
Her nose. She got a bad nose.
Yeah, I could probably find 20 people on TikTok like that are much more
Sure.
that I would find more attractive than Giselle. Not saying she's not attractive. I think she's super attractive, but it's not my thing.
Is the difference between model and supermodel just how much they're paid?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna Google what makes someone a supermodel.
So
Let's see.
Their modeling is super.
They're doing a really good job.
Yeah,
of it.
they're better than normal.
Better than good.
Wow, you're just a supermodel.
But look, if you want to go out with somebody else and all that stuff, if you're, legally separated, whatever the case may be, then I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
It's dragging the kids along into all that.
I agree. It was a year, and my kids were old. I mean, my kids were both in. Peyton was in a junior in high school, and Cade was in 8th grade when I started seeing Amanda. But then we went a year
Did they
before
know?
they. Yeah, they knew I was seeing somebody. After a while, for a while, I didn't say anything.
Did they know you were dating though? Like when you were being a floozy?
No, it never came up. I mean, occasionally my daughter would tell me, "Are you going out with people and stuff?" And I'd be like, whatever, man. I just wouldn't talk about it.
Change the subject.
Yeah, that was a good
man.
answer. That was my standard answer. But I had asked both of my kids separately. I asked Peyton, and she didn't want to go. I was going to a Train concert. And I said, "Hey, do you want to go see Train?" Because I always went to concerts with her. And she was like, "No, I'm going to pass." And then I asked Katie. He's like, "No." And then I went, and they were like, "Who'd you go with?" And I was like, somebody I know from work.
Wow,
They
you're
were
a
like,
liar.
Who from
Not a
work?
good one either.
Would you go with? And I was kind of on the spot.
There's
I
only
didn't work
like
that
two
out.
people from work.
And I was like, well, who'd you go with? And I was like, just somebody I know from work. And they were like, well, who would you go with from work that we wouldn't know? Why wouldn't you tell us? And I'm like, what? What's with all
new
the questions,
person.
man? Why are you hassling me about going to a train concert? You didn't want to go.
We just hired somebody.
And then they figured out that I had a date.
Well, I had to be my mom's chaperone when she was dating because Jehovah's Witness, you can't go on dates by yourself. So I had to go to every one of my mom's dates.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was great.
Well, my parents didn't get divorced and split completely because when I was little, they had a lot of problems and there was a bunch of turmoil and drama and all that. And it left scars and stuff, but my brother and I were little. Then they got back together and lived, together for years after that, up until I was married. When I got married, that's when they split for good. And it's a little bit different as an adult when your mom brings home a boyfriend, or not brings home, but brings around a boyfriend. And I remember this guy that my mom was dating, and she brought him to introduce us to him. And my mom's very intelligent, and she's witty and that sort of thing, but this guy wasn't. And so I'm kind of like, why does she like this guy? And then I think it's such a small town, and, you got old people, they don't have a whole lot to choose from. But this guy clearly was on my nerves. And he would go, he would say something and then laugh. Like some shit that's not funny, And then she would say, all right, I get it, doofus. And he'd go, oh, you get it, doofus? And then he would look at me and go, she called me doofus and I call her doofus. And I'm standing there just like this. I'm like, yeah, doofus and dope. Y'all need shirts. Say that on the back of them.
Oh, Lord.
What was, for somebody who's as witty as your mom is, though, TJ, and for somebody like you who prides yourself on that same, constant witty, makes a living doing it, what is it like to see your mom with this guy? And you're like, what is happening here?
It was like the Twilight Zone. I'm like, what is going on? But then again, I just chalked it up to her being lonely and there not being that many guys to choose from at her age in a small town that, 6,000 people or whatever.
When you left, were you telling Jody, like, what was that? Did it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was that whole thing. Like, oh, as long as she's happy, I don't care. And then I start thinking, the rare moments where I start thinking about myself, and I go, how about she doesn't expect me to spend a lot of time around him?
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a little kid and you recognize that, then you can't escape.
Or you got to be a chaperone.
Yeah, you got to be the Lord's lookout.
Yeah, the first guy that my mom ever went out with.
It's so stupid.
The first guy that I ever met that my mom went out with, they'd gone to I guess they'd gone out or something. I don't know. But anyway, she was gone to some type of a exercise class or something with her friend. I remember this whole thing, Ms. Humphreys, that taught across the hall from her. And he called her at that thing and said, thought I'd bring my food for you and the kids tonight. And he kind of just showed up. My mom was too nice at the time. Like, well, that's nice of you. And okay, great. I'll be there about 6. One of those kind of deals. And I just thought, man, you're not nearly as cool as my dad. Like, you're not cool at all. And he wasn't. He was just kind of an odd guy. And I was just kind of weird. It was just odd. Then there was a guy that I thought was kind of cool. And I liked him until I saw him. My mom went to get in his truck one time. And I was outside. She was going somewhere with him. And he patted her on the butt. I was like, oh, my man, you just made a tragic error right there. When she came home, I was like, hey, I don't want you going out with him anymore. He didn't need to be putting his hands on your butt.
Did she like her butt being patted?
I don't know if she did or
Okay,
not.
none of
I
your
didn't
business.
care. I was 11 or 12. I was like, I don't want to see any more
I'd
of
be
that.
like, little boy, go to your room.
That is weird.
I like my butt being patted.
Yeah, I don't think he thought that I could see them. When she had to get in the truck, he opened the truck door for her, and I was outside, like in the street or whatever. And as she got in, he kind of patted her on the butt or something. I was like, what the hell do you think you're doing?
He's giving her a boost.
So in order for him to call your mom at the exercise class thing, he had to call that business and have her paged.
Yeah, they had to go. They had to go
her.
out and get her. Yeah.
Yeah, because there were no phone. She didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
No cell phones back then. Wow. Come on, call up there. Can you go get?
Oh my God.
She didn't like that at all. I think that was the last time that she ever saw that guy. She was like, "Look, this is not going to work. I don't like you popping by my. I don't like you popping by my house, and I don't like you. It's a little bit too much too soon. You need to calm down."
My son said you were frisky. I don't like it.
I didn't like that. I don't play that. Little did I know, a few years later, all I would hear was TJ making constant jokes about having sex with my mom.
That's great.
I got over it, I guess.
Yes.
Trying to toughen him up.
It's funny that's meant to be shared. This is the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ family. You're watching the Share Funny Podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Well, we have a lot of friends that help make things possible on the show as far as our charitable efforts with How Can We Help You Wednesday and with Peyton's Promise. And one of those that we value so much would be the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty can handle all of the stuff when it comes to buying, selling your house, the staging, the advertising, all of it. They're the best. We love them. You can find them at acetj.com/Temple Team, the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. One of the worst things that can happen to your house is a buildup of mold and mildew in your crawl space. Let the experts at Cardinal Environmental Solutions come and inspect your crawl space and treat it so your house is safe for you and your family. Go to acetj.com/Cardinal today.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com. Clancy and Thays Construction Company. If you need commercial construction, Clancy and Thays has been around forever. Built on stewardship and doing exactly what they say they're going to do. There is no one better. acetj.com/CT for Clancy and Thays. acetj.com/CT. The beautiful thing about Clancy and Thays is all they do is commercial construction, and they're a proud partner of Peyton's Promise, which is very important for us as we get ready for breaking and entering Christmas season, which we'll be announcing just in a couple of weeks. So Clancy and Thays Construction Company.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on acetjtv. Share Funny is a production of the Ace and TJ family. For more, download the Ace and TJ app in your app store. Now, more of the Share Funny Podcast.
I didn't know you could get divorced that quickly. Ace just said that they got Tom Brady and Giselle Paney's Bunchen they separated in when then the divorce was final in October. They got separated like 2 months before their divorce.
Yeah, it says they separated in August, and the divorce was final October 28th.
I didn't know you could do that.
I just Googled it. In Florida, a 20 days waiting period is required following the filing of the divorce.
Okay.
This is not that lengthy of a time period. Yeah, so they don't have that 1 year waiting period
Right.
thing like other states do.
And so she's already out getting it.
I'm with TJ though, which is fine. I have no problem if she's out dating. She should be and all that. But taking the kids out to meet have lunch with some dude.
Yeah, she must really, really have to have it.
She's got to have it. It's been a while, probably.
You know how they are, those models.
Oh.
They're a very sexual people. Models are.
I wonder if he. What's the word?
Eats,
No,
What?
he does not.
I didn't know what you were going to say.
I was just. I wonder if he regrets his decision, or if given the opportunity, would he do it over again to stay retired in an effort to have saved the marriage, or did he look at it and think, first off, I only retired because she wanted me to. I really want to play football, and nothing's going to save this marriage. Like, was it bad enough already that that's why he unretired? Like, this thing's going to hell in a handbasket anyway, so why should I retire?
Hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
How are they doing? Are they doing pretty well, like the football team?
They won again yesterday. They've won 4 in a row, and I think they're 6-4 now.
Well, if they sucked, he probably would regret it.
Yeah, well, they did suck for a long time until the divorce was final.
Yikes.
Well, maybe that was the reason that they split up. Maybe he gave her an ultimatum. He's the one that gave the ultimatum to her. Get a nose job or get out.
I'm sorry, they're 5-5.
Sick of looking at that nose all day. Fix it or I'm leaving.
Is she dragging the kids to Costa Rica to go? The article said, get a bite to eat with the jiu-jitsu instructor.
You think they know what's going on?
The kids?
Yeah, they're old enough.
Yeah.
The oldest is what, 12?
Yeah, they're 12
Yeah,
and 9.
Definitely.
Get used to it.
12-year-old.
Yeah.
mean, they know their parents have split up, obviously, because they know mom's out dating.
Get over it,
Dad's
kids.
probably dating.
I know, everybody's like,
Get over it.
Don't be so sensitive.
Supermodel, superstar. What did you think was going to happen?
Right.
Long, happily ever after? No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. Get over it.
Well, the kids thought it would.
Yeah, well.
They have enough money to put them in therapy. They'll be fine.
There you go. We've solved the world's problems right here.
So what all, when you were your mom's chaperone on dates, what did they talk about? And didn't you have to listen on their conversations and stuff?
He was the most lamest person in the whole world. So, like, they just talked about his grandmother, who was also another chaperone on the date, but she wasn't much of a chaperone because she fell asleep on
Oh, they
her
both have
wheelchair.
to bring a chaperone?
No, but he took care of his grandmother, so she had to come with us wherever we went.
Oh.
Yeah. She was in a wheelchair and stuff.
Oh, you told us about her before.
And your mama couldn't get somebody else to be her chaperone?
No one wanted to chaperone them.
So at
So I
no
was, like,
age,
forced to.
or at any age on a date, you have to have a chaperone?
At any age. Yep.
And why didn't his chaperone, his grandmother, count as hers too? If you only have to have one.
Because she would fall asleep and stuff. She was too old. So if they wanted to go off and do something, it's not like she would be able to be like, no, don't do that, or because she'd fall asleep.
Did they ever try to leave you in the car somewhere? Like, we're going in to eat, so you stay out here?
No.
You have to be with them the whole time?
The whole time.
Man.
Did you ever have to say anything like, you holding hands a little too long? Anything like that?
No.
What would you have done if they would have just started like breaking the rules in
That's
front
what
of
I'm
you?
saying.
How are you going to stop them?
I was like, 14 at the time? What was I going to do? I just remember being like, I hate that I have to go on every single date with my mom.
I can imagine.
This is the worst.
I can only imagine how much you hated doing that.
And then if they watch TV or movies, like I had to sit there and watch whatever movie they chose to watch. And it wasn't like they would take me into consideration because it was their date.
Yeah,
So,
right.
First off,
leave
not
room
only,
for
not only
Jesus.
do you automatically not want to be there anyway because it's just unusual, but now you've got to be in some place you don't want to be, and spending 3 hours watching some movie you probably couldn't care less about.
Right. So me and his grandma would just look at each other like, God, this sucks. Like, why do we have to do this?
Until Grandma just dozed off.
Yeah, until she just went to sleep. She was always in a wheelchair, so.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Man. So you never had a time where you had to tell them, no, I shouldn't be doing that or any of that kind of stuff?
No. Not that I can remember.
They never broke the rules in front of you?
Unless I blocked it out of my memory.
And how long did she date him?
She probably dated him for about a year before they got married.
And you had to go out with him every time they went somewhere?
Every single time.
Or every time he came over?
Or we went over to his
that.
house.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah.
So your
oh
mom,
my God, that's painful.
your mom could never just go over there and just like say have dinner, just the two of them.
No.
He couldn't
She
come
would
over your-
They would have gone in trouble by the church.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that all Jehovah's Witnesses, or is that just the Salvadorian Jehovah's
No,
Witnesses?
because when my brother was
sect
dating
of
his
it?
girlfriend, they had to have chaperones too.
And she's white.
And she's white. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until for your brother and his girlfriend, well now wife, it wasn't until their wedding night, that was the first night they spent together alone?
Alone, yep.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So now you guys understand why I disliked this man so much that I would dream about taking him to the railroad tracks because I was tired of having to go on their dates.
Yeah. I mean, that is insane.
Yeah.
If I knew I had to do that to my kid, I don't think I would have dated anybody. I would have just said, I don't want to drag my kid down with me.
But it's also
But also, there's no way that I would not be breaking the rules. Sure.
Exactly. You totally be breaking the rules.
But you just can't even feel comfortable having, I don't want to say an adult conversation, not meaning a conversation, an
Right.
adult conversation, but just a conversation between two adults.
Exactly.
Because you got a 14-year-old there all the time who's listening, who you might not want to have involved. And the whole thing seems super uncomfortable.
Well, and even dating someone in general and having to have a chaperone with you at all times, I feel like you don't really get to know someone fully.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're not talking about things you really want to talk about because you know that there's someone else there. So, yeah, it's a very strange setup. And that's why I say a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses do get married when they're young because you can't have sex until you're married. You can't hang out with someone from the opposite sex unless you're married.
Yeah, you just can't even spend time alone with
Right.
them until you're married. Yeah.
So they're like, let's just get married.
You might as well let somebody else pick your marriage partner at that point.
Yeah.
Well, you have a little bit of say in what goes on.
It's crazy.
And
I didn't follow those rules, obviously.
Yeah, and so that guy was your mom's same age or older?
Older.
He was a lot older.
A lot older, and he looked like a turtle. And I used to tell my brother and I we would be like, so Mom, where are we going? We're gonna go to so and so's house. She's like, yeah. My brother would be like, turtle. We would just make fun of my mom the entire time.
And so whenever he would talk to you, like when they were dating and all, how did he say stuff to you that was mean or anything like that?
No, he never was mean. It was just that he really didn't know how to. He had a daughter that was in her 20s already, and he never really raised, like, he wasn't there when she was little, so he didn't know how to talk to kids. He would just talk to us like the same way he talked to my mom, just about normal stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're like,
And then he lucked
crazy.
out because then when he got married to my mom was there to help him with his grandma. So I'm like, he probably scoped my mom out.
Sure.
Because knew that my mom worked in healthcare and that's what she did and was like, oh, this is going to be the perfect person to take care of my grandma.
He married a caregiver.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So what I'm hearing is that, despite what you always act like to people, the way you represent yourself, you came from a pretty normal childhood.
Totally.
Little Norman Rockwell action.
From the Ace and TJ family. More next. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Well, we have a lot of friends that help make things possible on the show as far as our charitable efforts with How Can We Help You Wednesday and with Peyton's Promise. And one of those that we value so much would be the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty can handle all of the stuff when it comes to buying, selling your house, the staging, the advertising, all of it. They're the best. We love them. You can find them at acetj.com/Temple Team, the Temple Team at Keller Williams Realty. One of the worst things that can happen to your house is a buildup of mold and mildew in your crawl space. Let the experts at Cardinal Environmental Solutions come and inspect your crawl space and treat it so your house is safe for you and your family. Go to acetj.com/Cardinal today.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts. They are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com. Clancy and Thayes Construction Company. If you need commercial construction, Clancy and Thayes has been around forever. Built on stewardship and doing exactly what they say they're going to do. There is no one better. acetj.com/CT for Clancy and Thayes. acetj.com/CT. The beautiful thing about Clancy and Thayes is all they do is commercial construction, and they're a proud partner of Peyton's Promise, which is very important for us as we get ready for breaking and entering Christmas season, which we'll be announcing just in a couple of weeks. So Clancy and Thayes Construction Company.
Welcome back to the Share Funny podcast on acetjtv. Funny you'll share. The Ace and TJ family presents the Share Funny podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
I should have married me somebody named Tatiana. I love that name, Tatiana.
Good name.
Hey, we have a brand new, what we call a title sponsor to Share Funny. The title sponsor of Share Funny is the Closet Niche. Closet Niche. That's if you have niches in your closet, they will come and remove them. So everything is niche free in your closet. No, that's not what it is. They help organize your closets and pantries, and well, they don't help organize. They do organize it and then help you maintain the organization.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So garage stuff, if you need them in your garage, doing all of that. They're building some desks for us in here. Not that we need it. these piecemeal desks that we got set up in here. All of that, and they have a best price guarantee, which is really good.
And they're fast because they do it. Most places that you talk to now, they say it takes 6 to 8 months. And they're like 2 to 3 weeks turnaround time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
they're great.
Alexis is organizing her closet now. She bought a shoe rack yesterday, so she's all on the way.
Just one little tiny shoe rack.
Done.
Everything she does, she said, makes her feel like she's a grown up or whatever. I got a shoe rack. I feel like a grown up.
So let's be clear. Alexis is not the closet. No. That's a different.
No.
I'm on my way there though. 10%. 10% there.
Yeah, and they do more than bring in a shoe rack and say, all right, you're now organized. Not like that at all. So go to acetj.com/closet for the closet niche, and then make sure you tell them how much we appreciate them being on our show, making it possible.
Yeah, we already had a member of the radio family that sent me a message today that he his family connected with Annie at the Closet Niche, and they were like blown away by the stuff that she did. It was awesome.
Nice. But in all honesty, behind the scenes stuff, when we first did her commercials for her to hear, we said closet niche, and she said it's niche.
No.
And I was like, okay. All right.
No.
But no, it is an envelope thing. It's either or.
You can do either.
Yeah.
I think she called us dumb.
should they prefer niche? Niche is I think a little harder to say.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube,
country people don't say that. I don't think niche. Niche.
If you're watching on YouTube, they've added her logo to the Share Funny logo in the bottom right-hand corner. That's pretty cool. I only say that, but Mr. Todd desperately wants us to mention that we're live on YouTube right now with Share Funny. But if you were listening to the show, if you were watching the show at the end of the regular show, when Share Funny starts, you've got to click on YouTube. You still have to click over to Share Funny. Does that make sense? Do I explain that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to click out of the regular show and click on the Share Funny part.
But if I were watching the regular show this morning and I knew that the Share Funny was coming on right after it, I wouldn't have known to switch. I would have just kept it on.
Yeah. We'll work on it. Day one, working the bugs out.
Yeah.
I gotta hope Closet Niche is not on with Tech D Rob's camera because his.
Oh my God, for real. Ew.
It's a disaster zone.
Can you really see all that stuff? I don't ever watch the video stream in the morning.
You got to do some work in
All
there.
right. Well, Todd can turn the camera on real quick, and we can have a little look and see what's in the background if you would like.
Let's not.
What if we?
Let's just not. If it looks that bad, let's just not turn it on.
I don't think it looks that bad. You can't. I can tilt it up if you would prefer.
What we could do was theoretically put the big Ace and TJ. It's called a step and repeat, but it says Ace and TJ show all over it. Put that up behind him.
But we don't have room. We wouldn't be able to walk around
But that would block the middle of the room.
We could get me a green screen.
We had to green screen Rob because he's
a slob.
it's like Iron Man. We had to green screen him.
And he's like, I don't think it looks that bad. I'm like,
if he'd sit up straight, his big old head would block a lot of it, and that would be very helpful.
Can we use some of this camera time to sell some stuff that we want to maybe get rid of?
Who's looking for a welcome back balloon?
That's half deflated. Is it deflated already?
We got cameras that need to be sold.
Amen.
Ace, that bike rack thing that you're not.
I got to get that out of here. Yeah, I got to get my son to come by here and pick that up. Let me text him now.
There's a bunch of random wires.
Well, aren't you gonna sell it? Let's just sell it on here.
Yeah, I need to sell it.
It's a swap and shop.
But everything will have to be picked up here because we can't afford to ship anything.
Yeah, I got a bike rack for somebody who wants to buy it. It's never been used. We put it together. It didn't fit onto Todd's Jeep for the trip, and it's a very, very, very good, sturdy, expensive bike rack.
And why wouldn't the store take it back?
I got it at a discount.
Oh,
so we can do a come up on that. We sell it for more than you paid.
Yeah. Flip it.
Yeah.
For that,
XTJ
personally.
Inc.
But Alexis can help you sell it.
Exactly. So I'm taking a percentage of the profit.
Now, Mr. Todd has made Rob's camera
saw
big.
that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean,
because
my
now
head's
you can
big
really
enough
see how
already,
bad it
please.
looks in there.
We got a wheel in here that we use like once a year.
A wheel?
Hey, that wheel has paid for itself many times over in the 15 years we've had that wheel, however long it's been.
There's a hoodie in there that belongs to TJ we can sell.
is there?
Yeah, I think hanging on that rack.
Oh yeah, it's a black jacket. I don't think it's
a black
hoodie.
jacket.
Yeah.
We also got some Cafe Bustelo in here that nobody wants.
Oh, I'll take that.
Just
Don't sell that.
I'm reading comments now. Somebody said, I would not have even noticed it. Jennifer said, I would not have even noticed any of it back there until y'all pointed it out.
You blind, dude.
And you know what else? This TV with these logos on it. Every time Riggins or Alexis have to walk behind me to go to the bathroom or something, my chair is broken. So I have to push down on the arms of my chair and lean all the way up like this for them to get by.
Yeah.
And then Riggins sometimes still hits the TV.
Fat.
But no, it's only about 2 inches worth of squeezing back there.
But hopefully, new desk coming will alleviate that issue.
Yeah, I was going to say the closet niche is redesigning the desk so Riggins can walk past me.
She gonna hook us up.
Yeah, it's a really cool. We're going over there Wednesday, look at a 3D. It's going to, you get a 3D look at the desk and watch it move and stuff.
When is that?
Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah, you said you're going to be out.
Is that I thought you said it was on the 30th. Is this Wednesday the 30th?
I don't know. Whatever this one. No, I don't think so. No, it's this Wednesday.
Because the 30th is when I got the colonoscopy.
Oh, so you will be here.
I thought you asked me about the 30th. Something on the 30th.
I don't think so.
I feel like you asked him about something, but it wasn't that.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was. Though.
I
So-
don't have anything on 30th.
So if my colonoscopy is on the 30th, when will they say I need to go pick up that stuff to drink and start drinking it?
You probably have to drink it on the 29th.
Just one day ahead?
I think it's just a day ahead.
It empties you out.
And how funny would it be if I don't do that and surprise my doctor?
Well, I don't.
Surprise.
It might be funny, but not effective.
And he won't think it's funny.
I do not understand. That's one of those things. Having had that done, hear guys go, I'm not going to do that. Well, why not? You go in, they put you to sleep, you wake up, it's over, and you go home.
See, the only problem I have with it is I don't want to be asleep. Right? It's like, why can't I enjoy it?
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
Why
Peyton drove me to mine, and when they start giving you the medicine, why'd you make that face?
It's shocking.
What? Somebody had to take me.
Yeah.
You
but
can't
not for
drive
that.
afterwards? Is that the case?
No, when you're out. They put you out.
Yeah, they can't sit on their butt.
But you wake up.
Their butt sore.
No,
You have to wear a donut. You have to sit on a donut.
No, you just go home.
You have to ice your butt.
You go eat donuts.
Be like, I'm empty now.
Because you be starving.
Yeah, you be starving. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be great to just be complete. Can I have some of that juice after you're done with it?
Just a cleanse, a quick cleanse.
Just to cleanse myself.
But it would be my luck. The doctor would forget to put the stopper thing back up in there, and everything I ate would just come running out.
Stopper back in.
You know,
Oh, you
like
forgot my stopper.
like when you get your oil changed, they don't put the thing back in there; it just runs right through.
Oh, man.
It's like, wait, we have this one piece left over. Where did he go?
Oh,
See if he's still in the parking lot.
Follow the trail.
You get a panicked phone call.
Like, ooh, I'm starving. Let's go eat.
Yeah, it's not bad. You just go do the thing and go home.
Sounds horrible.
Well, you go in, they put you out. Run it.
Yeah, they're putting you. Oh, do they give you pain pills? So for afterwards?
No.
He said there's no pain. There's no donut.
Oh, well, then why do they have to put you out?
Well, it may not have been any pain for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why was there no
Mine will
pain?
probably be.
Yeah, like
pain.
what? There
It'll
has to
probably
be pain.
It'll probably be uncomfortable.
Not pain.
They put
You're not sticking a water hose up your butt or
but
anything.
you
Good
know,
Lord.
the camera that they put up in there, most people is tiny. Ace's camera was like they have on the sidelines of NFL game.
You do got a big butt.
Put that up in there. Ace got to have a crew out in the truck, calling the different angles that they need. Camera 2.
Oh God.
This wasn't no Katie Couric shit.
Gross.
Okay, we need to take a break and then something else gross coming up too.
Hey, miss any part of Share Funny? Subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast platforms. More Share Funny coming up. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Well, we have a lot of friends that help make things possible on the show as far as our charitable efforts with How Can We Help You Wednesday and with Peyton's Promise. And one of those that we value so much would be the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty can handle all of the stuff when it comes to buying, selling your house, the staging, the advertising, all of it. They're the best. We love them. You can find them at acetj.com/Temple Team, the Temple Team at Keller Williams Realty. One of the worst things that can happen to your house is a buildup of mold and mildew in your crawl space. Let the experts at Cardinal Environmental Solutions come and inspect your crawl space and treat it so your house is safe for you and your family. Go to acetj.com/Cardinal today.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers and Associates Realty Team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com. Clancy and Thays Construction Company. If you need commercial construction, Clancy and Thays has been around forever. built on stewardship and doing exactly what they say they're going to do. There is no one better. acetj.com/CT for Clancy and Thays. acetj.com/CT. The beautiful thing about Clancy and Thays is all they do is commercial construction, and they're a proud partner of Peyton's Promise, which is very important for us as we get ready for breaking and entering Christmas season, which we'll be announcing just in a couple of weeks. So Clancy and Thays Construction Company.
Welcome back to the Share Funny podcast on acetjtv. Share Funny has its own Facebook group. To join, search Share Funny and get more. Now more Share Funny from the Ace and TJ family.
Oh. This is amazing from researchers in Australia. They're testing a new birth control option for men, and it's described as a quote-unquote temporary vasectomy. So it's just a little gel. It's gel. And what you would do is, before engaging in the sexual activities, you would just take that little bit of gel and inject it into your balls.
Oh, gosh.
Ew.
Just like that.
How do you inject? They give you the needle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of y'all do
Well,
that.
I'm sure there's got to be some type of deadener.
Yeah. It's basically it's in the vas deferens, the tubes that transport a guy's swimmers from one part of his junk where they need to be to get to the baby making part. So the gel blocks them from getting there for up to 2 years. So yeah, it's not just the thing you do right before, like I originally thought. It lasts for 2 years. So I guess you go to a doctor and do it yourself. But there are some methods for ED treatments where you take this thing and shoot it into your penis before you make the relations. Rather than taking a Viagra or something an hour ahead of time, you shoot this into your penis, and it's kind of like I think it's almost like the ear piercing gun.
Oh,
You shoot that in there just to make the hole, but it shoots in there and it injects the stuff that you need. So you're not standing there with a regular needle just poking at yourself. You just find the spot and put it on there and pop, and it snaps and puts the medicine in, kind of like a snake bite.
I'd rather have to take Viagra every time than
Snort it.
or would you rather put it in your urethra than pierce?
No.
Okay.
But if you've ever heard any of these commercials for, these men's clinics, and they talk about not performing in the bedroom, and we can help with all of that, and that they can, it's guaranteed, and they can do it right in the office, and it works within so many minutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. They really do it in the office, and they're not like, you don't have to be ready to have the relations or anything. Because I always thought, why would you want to get it done in the doctor's office?
you got to rush home after that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they do it just to see if it works on you. When they do it as overseeing it in the doctor's office.
So you just then
you
sit there
you
and
get
wait
difficult
and then...
in the doctor's office, and they come in and they, from what I understand, they check to see how difficult you're getting. I don't think they give you a large dose that's going to make you make you difficult for an extended
Right.
period of time, but just to see.
Just the fact that you're hanging out there waiting for them to come in and check and see, okay, it's working. Yeah,
Right.
there you go. Get a good look. It's working.
Do you know when you have like a hand lotion bottle and you put too much in your hand, so you squeeze the bottle to be able for it to
Suck it
suction
back
it
in.
back in?
Yeah.
Can y'all do that?
With,
Like
with
if
what?
like if you had to put medication up there
Oh.
or whatever.
Like a vacuum?
I don't think you can squeeze it and make it.
Suction up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
But I was like, that'd be an easier way to do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know, Riggins. I don't have one.
This is one of the, on my computer, I have YouTube pulled up just to see what the Share Funny looks like today. And it's it's a split second delay. And as that happened, I glanced down and the look on every guy's face was this look of like, what is she asking? It was worth watching just to see that. You could see every guy in the room was kind of like,
Is your penis like a dropper?
Yeah, can you just suction it up?
Yes, you can.
That would be super dope and impressive.
yeah, you better watch out. I'm going to be like a dropper. Like an eyedropper over here.
Shit.
Anyway, if this is a once every 2 year treatment, I think a lot of guys would go get that done.
Yeah, it's like a temporary vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
have to do it myself.
if the guy is single, though, are women going to take his word for it?
Right.
Or he's going to say,
Yeah.
I have the temporary vasectomy.
Yeah, the first girl that he might be with at the time would and she would know about it. But the next one or the one after, no, about a year and a half ago, I had a temporary vasectomy. Like, yeah, I bet you did. Whatever, dude.
And how much would you trust it, even if you did trust it? He said, "Look, I got a card. My card says that I had this done on this date." Yeah, well, I mean, it's supposed to last 2 years, but it's been, a year and 9 months.
Yeah.
So that's getting too close to the expiration on that. I'm not trusting it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you trust a guy who told you he had that, Alexis?
No. I would never trust a guy that said he was on birth control, period.
Good.
Yeah,
You shouldn't.
No, I'm not.
It's all right, baby. I'm on
Unless
birth
it was
control.
my husband. But even then.
Well, even
Still
then, if he's on
questionable.
if he's telling you he's on birth control, there's a reason. It's because you're not wanting to get pregnant.
Yeah, I got a feeling that you would stand there and watch him take it every day.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Open your mouth. Make sure you swallowed it.
Let me see the injection site.
Let me see you.
But if it's a gel that you're having to inject, I bet it takes a long time. I bet that's a grueling process.
Yeah, it just sounds terrible.
And since when did we start taking advice from researchers in Australia?
Good point, TJ.
What do they do
The OZs.
outside of
Surfing.
talking about wild animals and all? We don't need to be listening to them, do we?
Yeah, their koala bears have chlamydia. We don't need to listen to them.
Yeah. Fix your koala bears first.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's because they live in the trees. I mean, they can't help it. They have chlamydia.
Oh, witty.
If you were climbing trees all the time, you'd probably have chlamydia too.
Gross.
Ugh. And they stink. People say they stink too, the koalas.
The one that I was around that day that I went to the thing in Australia didn't stink.
You were around one koala bear?
He was
No,
sitting
it's
up on
not a
the
bear.
they had others there, but I was up close to one of them. Yeah, that's the first thing they point out. Not a bear, but they had one sitting on the fence. And somewhere I have a picture of me and this koala. I'm just there with leaning up on the fence and a little koala sitting right next to me.
Google says they smell like cough drops.
Interesting. Oh, you know why? Because they eat a lot of eucalyptus leaves.
That's all they eat.
Yeah, maybe that's why they smell like cough drops. It comes out of their pores.
Y'all are leaking cough drop smell.
Man, wouldn't you get sick of that? They eat the same crap.
No, that's like panda bears with bamboo.
But they don't know.
Right.
That's all they know.
I mean, they can't think or anything, so they're just like, oh, it's just food.
Don't you give your cat all the same food every day?
They can't think.
Yeah.
It's not like they're sitting around going, what do y'all want to eat tonight?
We have eucalyptus or eucalyptus.
Y'all want to go out or stay home? What do we got?
But yeah, they don't eat any kind of meat or anything. Those koalas. I wonder what they taste like.
Don't say such a thing.
They look like they'd be very fatty.
Like, I think they would be kind of like a turkey.
Really?
Like when you got them dressed and all that, they look like a turkey.
Do you eat another? What is it? A marsupial? Is a koala a marsupial?
Yeah,
I think so.
Do we eat any other marsupials besides like the kangaroo? I guess.
Well, the
I don't really know
the
what all
Cajun people
marsupials
eat nutria.
Yeah.
That's a marsupial,
I don't
isn't
get
it?
that's one beyond me.
What's that one look like? A monkey?
A giant rat.
Oh.
A giant water rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely eat those. We
bad
should eat
boys.
all animals that are ugly. And then the cute ones we
I
don't
don't
eat.
like those.
Yeah, I've never had. When Louisiana would call them Nutri-Rats. Nutri-Rats. Nutria sounds, a little bit more appetizing, I think.
It does. It wasn't until recent years that I'd ever heard people call it nutria.
Yeah, but it's almost like a cross between a rat and a beaver. They'll tear up some stuff. They're menaces. Menaci.
Beavers are cute though. Even if
Would
they-
you eat a beaver?
I don't. No, I would not eat a beaver.
History says otherwise.
I really didn't mean it that way.
Would you eat a beaver?
Because in Alaska they do.
Or eat beaver?
Pretty sure.
Stupid heads.
But they got to survive.
Yeah.
They're out there living on the land.
Yeah, that's legit. Mm-hmm. You shoot a beaver?
Trap.
You trap a beaver.
Yeah, I guess you could shoot it too.
Smash its head or something?
Shoot it when you trap it. I think or the trap kills it. If they put their little beaver heads in there, wow,
Yeah.
it just gets all snapped up.
Quick.
Beavers are cute though because of cartoons. Cartoons have made beavers cute.
I don't know. Alexis shows me about 100 beaver
I know.
videos a day.
They're cute.
They are pretty cute.
I have some beavers on Instagram that are pretty freaking cute.
I've seen some beavers on Instagram. That
I knew that.
anything you say, really.
The Share Funny Podcast is a production of the Ace and TJ family. To get more Ace and TJ 24/7, download the Ace and TJ app. Just search for Ace and TJ in your app store. All Share Funny material copyright ATJ Incorporated 2021.